So we're going to have a little fun today, and the spirit of Indiana Jones. And I'm going to share with you real quickly that, would you agree that Indiana Jones had to overcome some fears of snake, obstacles, to be able to get to the other side to get his what? Treasure. And that's just like our business. Would you guys agree? We've got to, go through some fears, face the fears, do it anyway. We're going to have obstacles. We're going to have challenges, but it's going to be worth it when we get to the other side and get the treasures. And so we're going to embark on a journey today, a little bit of Indiana Jones style, or Indiana Jones or James style, where we're going to be talking to you a little bit about what? Unearthing the ways that we earn and some secret formula. So are you guys ready? Yes. So if we want what ring earners have, does everybody want what a ring earner has? The lifestyle, this and that. We really need to focus on the 10 core, but let's focus on number 3. Can we remember what number 3 was? 2 a day. How many of the ring earners here agree that you don't wake up every morning just jacked out of your head to go prospect? But we do it anyway, right? Because we like the results. And so there's a couple of fears that we have to get over when we're prospecting, and one of them is really the fear of calling. How many have a little bit of call reluctance? That phone can weigh a lot when you're out there. And so unfortunately, we have to get to the other side of that snake and over the fear of call reluctance. Would you guys agree, if we want to live our dream lives? And so there's one fear we got to slay. When we're also prospecting, we got to get over another one, which is fear of rejection. How many people don't like being rejected? But here's what I know is those people don't pay my bills anyway. And here's what else I know. I can't fix stupid. So you know what? We're going to just get over that one too. And then the last one, and maybe not the only one that we have to get over when we're prospecting, are you ready for this one? Is talking to strangers. Didn't our parents tell you don't talk to strangers? Listen, do you think I like talking to strangers and being like, hey, how you doing? But you know what I like? I like the results. And it's worth it to be able to slay that one as well. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to tell you to go ahead and slay those. Do you know you're going to be bad before you're good? And in the spirit of Indiana Jones, do you know he was bad before he was good? And so let's see that.
You lost today, kid. But it doesn't mean you have to like it.
So we all started in the same spot. We were all beginners at one point. And I think one of the biggest challenges that we have as beginners is that we're afraid of looking stupid. True? Afraid of what our friends are going to think. But there's going to be sometimes a little temporary decrease in status to be able to get to the other side, where now you don't care. I'm bulletproof. Like, you can make fun of me all you want, but I'll be making fun of you to the bank. So you are going to get over it, but you're going to start somewhere. So here's what I want you to know is, has anyone here ever ridden a bike before? Would you agree you probably stunk? Learned a foreign language? Did an instrument, learned an instrument? And so it's okay, you're going to look stupid for a little while, and that's okay, that's part of the process. But unfortunately, people don't like that, so they quit. And here's what I'm going to tell you is, I loved how Edmund Hunter talked about the fear of comparing ourselves to other people. And here's what somebody shared with me, and it blew my mind. I was like, wow, because I'll never forget, I was at a big event. I didn't even know this thing was network marketing for the first year. And I remember seeing Brian Carruthers walk across stage. And I heard all the rags to riches story, and he wasn't that story, right? He had money and even made more money. So his story resonated with me, because at the time I wasn't broke. Now, I have been broke before, just so you know, but at that moment in time, I wasn't. And that story resonated with me, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to smoke that little twerp. How arrogant of me, right? And guess how much I made my first year? $500 a month. I made $6,000. Woo, I really smoked them, didn't I? But when someone shared with me that there's a 1, 3, 5, and 7 before you're going to be able to become Indiana Jones, and the 1, your first year, listen, I made $500 a month. I was jacked out of my head. I made my money back, right? I paid for all my events like this. So I didn't know I was doing good. Because in the second year, we went from 6,000 doing the exact same thing, full-time career, we went to 14,000. Why? Because some of the residuals started kicking in. Some of the extra money from Performance Club started kicking in. So I was excited, did the same amount of work, more than doubled my income. But then the next year, we did $37,000, and that the third year, you should be making enough to maybe buy a car, maybe a used car, right? Because you're still learning, you're still growing. And then that next year, we did $69,000. And how many people agree that I quit? Did anyone else quit their job too soon, quit their career too soon? I thought right between 37 and 69, I was like, well, if I just did this thing full time, I'm gonna smoke it, it's gonna be great. And I didn't know how to work from home. I had a lot of distractions. I'm like, oh, let's play with the dogs, right? What's on TV? I'm never home this time of day. So I failed pretty badly, right? So they said, first year, make all your expenses back. Third year, you should be able to be like getting a used car. By your fifth year, you should be able to replace your income. So by my fifth year, I was at $98,000. Seventh year was pretty much a six-figure residual income, but nobody told me that. So I thought I was losing and a failure in my first year because I didn't smoke Brian Carruthers. But check this out. He was already Indiana Jones. He already did his 1, 3, 5, 7 somewhere else. So when he came here, he did $240,000 in his first year. So we can't compare ourselves with somebody who's in the 5th movie that's coming out this summer when I'm in my first movie. Right? I just can't do it. You know, Craig Hepner, one of my mentors, he made $100,000 in his first 10 months. He did his 1, 3, 5, 7 somewhere else. How can I compare myself with him with that? So you're running your own race, folks. You're getting to your own treasure. You're slaying your own demons, your own snakes, your own whatever, to be able to get to the other side of money. And so I'm going to tell you, though, you can, 1 hour in the field is worth 4 in the classroom. And let me show you why I know that to be true.
Split! Going too fast.
It's a matter of opinion.
Excuse me, Dr. Jones.
Yes?
I just had a question on Hargrove's normative culture model.
Forget Hargrove. Read Vergordon Child on diffusionism. He spent most of his life in the field.
Want to be a good archaeologist? You gotta get out of the library!
So we got to get out of the library. We got to get out of studying the books. As Dave Savula said, may he rest in peace, there's no people in the success guide. There's people out there, and they're waiting for you to help them unlock their treasure. And so I'm going to share with you my Indiana Jones or Jane theory or experience here, because you know what? I just did it messy. I did it bad. I just took action, and it wasn't the best, and I had a lot of failures. But here's what I want to share with you. This is a great story. To the first $1 million that I earned with the company, remember I only did 6,000, 14, 37, you name it. But in that first little stretch there to the first $1 million, it took me 16 years to get to $1 million. But here's the fun thing. It took me 6 years to get to the second $1 million. And why is that? Because I started going through my movies. I'm now in like movie 4, right? So this is why I share with you, you can't compare yourself to other people. So I got asked, and I was so happy Mike Humes talked about this book on Monday. I got asked to be featured in this book. You had to earn $1 million with the company. And so I'm going to share with you my stats, which I think are very interesting. Now, don't get too excited about this big whole chapter that I wrote. It's 1 page. And that. So if you could put the slides up, that'd be great. So here's what I found out. They said, I want you to be able to tell us, what is your go for no? So it's go for no for the network marketers. So people talk in there about what is their go for no? And my chapter that I wrote in this book, I called it Fun, the Fundamental Understanding of Numbers. So if you're taking notes today, it's fun, the fundamental understanding of numbers. If you know your numbers, it makes it fun. It makes it fun. So I'm going to share with you how I keep track. So I have this really high-tech way that I keep track. Of course, I use my prospect, and I want to thank Christy Hudson for our prospect by PPLSI. It's awesome. I use that, but how many people are visual people? And so what happened to me was, from the very beginning, and I'm going to ask you to journal your journey, I got this little notebook, and it says Platinum 2023. I have one for every year in my business. That's it. And here's what's in here. It's the secret journal. Here's what's in here. Monday, January 2nd, 2023, the first 3 names of the people that I prospected of 2023 and where I found them. Wow, that's deep. Then I went to Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023, and I got kind of fired up that day. I talked to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that, so now I'm on 8. Do you see how I put 8 here? So now when I go back, I could pull out 2013, 2014, and I know because at the end of January, let me tell you how many I prospected at the end of January. All right, at the end of January, I did 72 exposures. That's pretty good, but we're only supposed to do 2 a day, so I accidentally messed up and did a little bit more. That's okay. But here's what happens is I'm able to put a little green on the people that bought for me, became a member or an associate. And what I really like to do when they tell me no is I just take a black pen and I just really scratch it out really hard. Super fun and therapeutic. I highly recommend it. But what happens is at the end of the month, I can say, you know what? Who did I write it to? Well, one was a referral, one was a lead, one was networking, one was a cold market. So a pattern starts to appear. It's the fundamental understanding of numbers. Now I know where to put my efforts. Maybe it is networking at a BNI like Edmund Hunter does. So I have years of these. So I went through and I added up all the process. Here's June, so you think 72 was a lot. I just want to share with you. 1 month I did 52, 1 month I did 62. So it averages out to about 2 a day. So this is my high-tech formula. You're welcome to steal that. So I pulled out these journals and I literally counted how many that I had to do to get to that point. And here's what I found. Was to the first million, because again, it's not relative to the second million. There's too many other things that are happening in there. But to the first million, if you want how much to earn $1 million? Anybody? Okay. So here's what I found was, I exposed 11,000 people. And you might be going, what? 11,000 people? Well, think about this. It's 365 days a year, okay? I did 2 a day, which is about 730. 730 times 16 ends up being, are you ready for that? About 11,000. It's like 11,000 and a little bit of change. Doing 2 a day. Isn't that hilarious? So this is exactly how it worked out. So here's the other thing that happened out of that. Out of the ones that I exposed, I sold 1,300, I empowered 1,300 people with a membership. I'm excited about that. But I was taught that you're going to aim to recruit and sell a whole lot of memberships. So my goal would be to show them both. How dare me prejudge somebody else? Somebody could have prejudged me and didn't show me the opportunity, and I wouldn't be living my best life now. So I was forever grateful that they did that. And here's what I found, was I recruited 300 over 16 years. That's about 1.5 a month. Does that seem like I'm setting the world on fire? And do you know, I've never been a #1 recruiter. I've never been a top membership writer. I'm a really good talent scout, but other than that, I really don't know anything. I mean, I have to call Daniel Fong a lot for stuff because I don't know how anything works. He's like, how do you make that much money? I say, because I recruit smart people like you. Steve Rummel, I know nothing. I call him all the time for stuff. So I'm just saying, like, this is where you can leverage yourself, which is what Elizabeth Gardner was talking about. So here's the results. I know my numbers. It's the fundamental understanding of numbers. 1 in 8.4 became a customer of mine. 23% of those also became associates. And when I did the math of 300 associates into $1 million, it was a little over $3,000 per associate, regardless if they ever did anything or not. So here's what was so inspiring, right? Listen, I put a couple hundred people in the business in the first I'd say year, about a couple hundred. I had no idea what I was doing. I was used to being a boss. I owned a business. I was used to being a manager. I was used to telling people what to do. I wasn't very personally developed. And so, you know what happened to me? None of those people are still here today. Not one. I don't have one person. I was telling Ms. Gardner, not one person that I originally went with. So you got 2, right? So you can make a lot of money with people that quit. And so when people complain, I'm like, wish for more quitters because you'll make more money. And for everyone who told me no, I basically made $100. So watch this. Tell me no, 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 no. Fine, I just made $900. But Kimelia said, yes, I made $360 on our membership, plus $3,000, plus the $900. Cha-ching! So it'll reframe the way that you look at your business when you know your fundamental understanding of numbers. So it's not just about you though, right? And the reason I shared with you the first million to the second million, because I know our goal is to go from 400 million to $1 billion in a very short period of time. That's how that works, right? 16 years to the first million, 6 to the next million. The goal would be now, you ready for this? To the third million, do that in shorter time, maybe 4 years, 3 years. Now, to get to the fourth million, do that in 2 years. By the fifth million, that's in 1 year, and I make $1 million a year. You get it? And you have all the tools here to do it. So it's not about you doing your 2 a day. It's about the magic, because we showed you. Let's just really under-promise and over-deliver. Let's just say you did your 2 a day. We gave you the weekends off. That's 261 days. Just you, 520 exposures. I mean, y'all, if y'all did 520 exposures for real in the next 12 months, do you know where your business would be? For real, for real. Let's just say that out of those, you only got 5%. That's 26 new associates on your team. You know, I want to go back to the 11,000 exposures, by the way. You know what happened to me, too, when I got on this book, and I wrote that, and I realized it was 11,000 exposures. You know what I got when I realized it was 11,000? Do you know what happened? I got pissed. Do you want to know why? I was like, if I knew it was 11,000 to get $1 million, why would I wait 16 years to do it? What if I did 4 a day? So you are in charge of you. So here's what I want to share with you. Just you and 4 others getting it done, just doing 2 a day. That's 130 associates a year. You can do the math on it. It gets big really, really quick. So imagine 625 doing 2 a day. That would give you 16,000 associates per year. Do you think you can make some money off of 16,000 associates per year? Everyone shake your head this way. Yes. So I love the magic of the 2 a day. It's not you doing $1 million on Sunday, right? It's an apple a day, not 7 on Sunday. You just have to commit to doing your 2 a day. And I'll tell you, like, my superhero power and how I'm able to get through the snakes is I am the most consistent, steady Eddie you've ever seen. I've only ever missed an event. Actually, I've never missed a big event. We even moved our wedding to hit a big event. My mom passed away on a Monday, and it was in Oregon, and Mike Bishop was there. I went to their briefing on that Tuesday night. I went to Arizona that weekend to do a Super Saturday. Why? Because I committed to doing this before all this happened, and I have to do it for a job. Would you guys agree? So be your own worst boss. Make yourself do 2 a day. Now, I don't have to go into a ton of details in this, but your first roadmap, and I love how Mr. Self said, like, listen, I get you want to be a platinum, I get you want to make $1 million, but let's get you fast start qualified to manager. And so I don't have to go through a ton of this, but we got to quit making this so difficult. I loved how J.R. Reynolds said to us, who's the people you love the most? Because that's really what it takes for you to be able to do this. Now, you've seen this, and Christy Hudson did a great job of it, but what I want you to really pay attention to is the bonus money. Because listen, I'm going to be completely transparent. I did not get fast start qualified. And you still can make $1 million, $2 million. I'm on my second million. I didn't get started at Fast Start Qualified. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to do it, but if you didn't, don't beat yourself up, right? We are so hard on ourselves. And at the end of the day, focus on what your bonuses are at the senior director and the executive director, because I'm going to show you. Remember, this is the ways we earn, okay, and the secret formula. So we know it's 3 and 1 or 5. And I want to thank C.A. Murph for helping us get this together a while ago. Here's the best example, and this is how I did it. When I finally got active, what I did is I drove all the way out to Berkeley from like about the San Jose area to go see Mr. Hepner. And I just didn't want to go by myself. And so I brought my boyfriend, because right, if he's going to stay my boyfriend, he's getting in. And I have to tell you, we've now been married 19 years on the 19th. So he could be an associate at the time. Don't try to recruit your spouse now, it's not going to work, but he could be an associate at the time. And I brought my best friend Karen, and if you were out with us and the team on, I think it was Thursday night, you met my best friend Karen. She's still one of my best friends. I came out a day early to go hang out with her. She moved to Vegas. So the 2 of those got started, so $70 each. And then I called my mom, and I said, Mom, what's your social? And she's like, oh, honey, what am I? I'm like, don't worry about it. Just give me your social. I signed her up. She's my mom. Sorry, Mr. Schlichting. But what was great was when my mom was alive and in her retirement, do you know I placed underneath her? And let me give you an example. I placed Steve Rummel underneath my mom, the newest $150,000 ring earner. Would you agree? My mom made a little extra money in her retirement. She was happy about that. So in this hypothetical example, I had 3 for 3. If I did it within my first, 20 days and went to class, think about this. You've sold $197 in premium, and you've made $310. The $100 on that and the $210. So now I have 3 associates. I've got some good premium going on, almost $200 in premium. So now between us, right, we have to be able to do the next step, which is get to 300 and 3 or 500. So I had about 3 and 200. So what was the next thing we had to do? Between the 4 of us, get 2 more. We're not splitting the atom here. So in that hypothetical example, when you do that, you're going to be able to earn, let's say you didn't even do it. Let's say my best friend Karen did it. You're going to get $20 in overrides on that. You're going to get your $200 manager bonus, and you're going to be able to earn about $240 plus your $310 for $550. But did you notice the bonus money on there now has gone, instead of $200 for bonus money for the senior director and the executive director, it's now $400. So the reason you want to pay attention to that is, let's say you did miss going fast start or getting your manager bonus. If you got your fast start or manager bonus, please raise your hand. We want to see you real quick. Give them a big, huge hand. They got their bonus. You've already done way better than I did, so congratulations. So here's what I want to share with you, though. I was talking to Alex Shahid. He was on our MVP call. And he was like, I want to empower 1,000 people in a calendar year. And it seems like it's really hard. Well, if you were doing FUN, the fundamental understanding of numbers, you were looking at my numbers, watch the math on this. This is like insane. If you just had 14 people doing 2 a day, 365 days out of the year, that'd be 10,000 exposures. Let's assume 1 in 10 became an associate. Would you agree you're at 1,000? But what I really want you to see here is the magic of the bonus money. Remember, I'm telling you, I'm going to unearth the way we get paid. If only 14% of them, which has been a company average for ours before, 14% of those got fast start qualified. This is why you want to be a senior director and executive director, like Fired Bell says, not now, but right now, because you're missing a lot of money on the table. Sure, you're going to get the $100 of the sponsor bonus, but you want the real big money. If just 14% of those got fast start qualified, you'd be talking an extra $56,000 in bonus money. One person. I love it. And let's just say half of those went to manager. That's another $48,000. If you just do the math on that, that's an extra $104,000, not even including all your overrides, residuals, if you sold the membership to them. This is just the executive director and the senior director bonus money. And you might be thinking, well, that seems like a lot. Remember, fundamental understanding of numbers, that's really only qualifying 3 per week, roughly, and helping 1 person go to manager per week. How many people think that's something doable? Okay? Especially as we go into all out massive momentum in this company. So I told you I would tell you what the secret formula is. And the secret formula, in my opinion, and I think it should be in everyone's opinion, is something called Performance Club. That's the secret formula, folks. So here's what I have to share with you. You've seen what it looks like, right? You get points for having a premium, you get points for sponsoring in all kinds of different ways. And we're going to be launching our new trip in July, so your timing's perfect. And there's so much other bonus money that I don't have time to go into, but pull down this flyer. It's in your, thank you, Christy, for putting that in there. It's in your prospect by PPLSI. It's also in the back office in LS Engage. And just do the math. You're going to earn anywhere from $200 extra, starting that 4th month, all the way up to $300, $400, $500. How many people here are earning bonus money? Just stand up real quick if you're earning bonus money from this Performance Club. Look at this. We need everyone in the room standing up for this. And so here's what I'm going to share with you. I've been in this Performance Club. I told you, I've never been a #1 recruiter, never been a top membership writer. I'm just the steady Eddie. And I got in this Performance Club, and I've stayed in it for over 21 years. That's it. That's the secret. And so at the end of the day, what happens is this is just the trip from Maui. I've been on, I don't know, we sometimes do 2 trips a year, so maybe 25, 30 trips in 21 years. We took our honeymoon on it. It's just an incredible trip. They pay for your airfare, they pay for your shuttle from the hotel to the property, and we don't know where we're going, but this needs to be your #1 goal. Now, what I want to share with you next is kind of fun, because what if I told you that you need to believe? How many people think that, this fun, fundamental understanding, this may not work for me? I'm telling you, it worked for me. And it works for everyone if you do it. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do. As a good Indiana Jones Jr. on your 1st movie or your 5th movie, I just need you to believe in the power of our marketing plan.
must hurry. Come.
It's a leap of faith. Throw out.
You must believe, boy. You must believe.
So believe. You have to believe. Everyone say believe. So I believe in you, and we're going to catch you. There's a bridge there. It's called Team New Vision. They'll be there to catch you. You're going to be okay. Just believe that it's going to work for you, but you've got to do the work. That's the only thing we can't do for you. But how many people would love it? He did that for his father, to save his father. How many of you have people out there that are counting on you to make this thing work? So because they're tired of you saying no. They're tired of saying, nope, we can't go to that holiday. No, kids, you can't go to soccer. We don't have the money. No, we can't eat organic because we don't have it. Your family needs this for you to do this. And I want you to put yourself here. My jam is travel, right? That's really what I want to do. We're not a home-based business family. We're a phone-based business. And I want to work my business from anywhere. So this is what lights me up. What lights you up? This isn't to brag or boast. This is to tell you what lights you up. Imagine you here. Listen, since December, I've been on, this is my 12th airplane trip since December, 4 of them out of the country, and I'm still doing my 2 a day. I still get my business done. So just in December, we had a Miami COC trip. It was out of control. I don't have time to go through all of them, but look at the views. The places they set you up was unbelievable. That's the Versace mansion where we had dinner. It was incredible. That was for you, Mrs. Self. I had my Havana coffee. Ow, it was so good. Okay, listen, then we went to Lake Chapala for Kim's 50th. Magical time. I'm telling you, that woman knows how to throw a party. Her and Fedek, I was blown away. So much fun. Then we went to Denver because we can do business and have pleasure. You can't see that right there, dang it. It was a convertible, oh you can, I just can't see it. Convertible in January in Denver. Talk about schizophrenic weather. I was able to go to Oregon and Washington, right? Hang out with Mr. Bishop. And where's Brenda, right? We went and hang out there. And then I went back to my old high school and got to walk in there with my friends from high school. It was unbelievable. Then, let me see if okay, so then we went to Charlotte. Who was in Charlotte? Unbelievable. Got to hang out with Mr. Schlichting at the NASCAR event. Got to go on stage and go backstage. It was so much fun. You just picture yourself. What is it that you want to do? Then this is amazing to me. One of the things that you can do with this business is when my mom was alive, you'll have to look at YouTube, my eulogy of her. You know, a lot of my friends' parents are passing away right now. And I was able to stand up in front of 200 of her friends and tell her that I had no regrets. We were able to spoil her rotten. We took her anywhere she wanted to go, anything she wanted to do, paid her bills, did whatever we wanted because of this business. And now we're able to do it for his mom because his dad just recently passed away. And we said, what do you want to do for your birthday? She says, I want to go see Maroon 5. I'm like, what? Okay. So we went on a weeknight to go see Maroon 5. My bestie Karen, of course, joined us. We had dinner, we hung out. We were only there for 24 hours and we left. Wouldn't that be a lovely thing to do for your family? What can you do for them? Then I went to British Columbia, got to hang out with all, where's the Canadians? Where's Brooke? We got to go hang out. We got to go hang out with team and have fun and do paint parties. We were able to also go to, listen, this is what happens when you have the time and the money. You know, I have really good friends, sideline brothers and sisters, the Kakus, and, you know, love them. One of my best friends in life, Craig Hepner, my mentor, I've worked with him for 20 years, his mom passed. And I know what that's like to lose your mom. And I just didn't think I was going to be able to come because literally we just got back from Charlotte on Monday. We went to Vegas on Tuesday or Wednesday night. And this memorial was on Saturday and I was flying out again the next day. And I said, you know what? I've got the money. I've got the time. I'm just going to go do it. And I went and surprised him. He had no idea I was coming. But what a beautiful gift to be able to give to somebody, support when they need it, because you love them, because you want to. This is what this business can do for you. We went on a Ring Runner cruise! Imagine getting in these kinds of associations and intimate settings. Think about the stuff you learn and the places you're going to be able to go. It was unbelievable. Eating every night with different people. Pajama parties. I'm not sure I love that one. But you can do all kinds of things. Just so much fun. Then we did a Bay Area flight. We just, got in a plane, did a little Bay Area flight, and did you know there's a sunken cement ship right off of the coast of Santa Cruz? I had no idea, because you can't see it when you're on the ground. So these are some things that you're able to do. Then I just got back from Chicago this month. Where's Mel and Monique? Yes, it was so much fun. It was a whirlwind, though, I'm not going to lie. Fireworks and the bean and all kinds of things and dinners and just really great time. And happy birthday, by the way. But here's what I want to share with you in closing, is just this. What does your life look like? So if you really will believe, do the things we're telling you to do here this weekend. Go out of here on fire and do it and believe that it'll happen for you too. What is your life going to look like? What do you want? For mine, originally, my treasure was I wanted to help my mom. What do you want to do? What family member do you love that you want to be with? What are you willing to go through? What snakes are you willing to put up with? How many punches are you willing to be able to take to get all the treasures that you want? What's your dream house look like? Why don't you have it? You can have it here. What about drive your dream car? What is your treasure? What do you really want? What do you want? Everything. What about I want Mrs. Self's wardrobe. I'm just saying. What else do you want? Do you want to be able to travel whenever you want to travel? Do you want to go anywhere you want to go? Do you want to eat whole foods, right, instead of going to the grocery store? Do you want to eat organic? Do you want to go out every night and eat because you hate to cook like me? What is it that you really want? Quit throwing away money and make it happen. Because here's what I know. You do the things we're doing today, and compounding effect over time, success is imminent. We'll see you all over the top.